Big changes don't happen overnight. They start with small, intentional steps. Think about it. You don't wake up one day and suddenly have it all figured out. Life's not a movie montage. Here's how you can transform your life, one step at a time. We put so much pressure on ourselves to make massive changes, right? We think that to improve our lives, we need to overhaul everything at once. This mindset can be overwhelming and paralyzing, but that's not how it works. Real transformation doesn't come from grand gestures. Real change, lasting change, starts small. It begins with the tiniest of steps, the ones that seem almost too insignificant to matter. It starts with tiny habits, those seemingly insignificant actions you repeat day after day. These small actions are the building blocks of larger transformations. Think about it. Making your bed, a simple task that sets a positive tone for the day. Drinking a glass of water, hydrating your body and mind, writing down your to-do list, organizing your thoughts and tasks. These things seem simple, almost too easy, but they build momentum. Each small action creates a sense of accomplishment. Science backs this up. Small actions, done consistently, create a ripple effect. Research shows that these tiny habits can lead to significant changes over time. They trigger the compound effect, where small wins build on each other. Just like stacking blocks, each small success lays the foundation for the next. You start making your bed, feel a sense of accomplishment, and tackle another small task. This creates a positive feedback loop. Suddenly, you're stringing together little victories and that momentum snowballs. Each completed task fuels your motivation to do more. You start to trust yourself more, believe in your ability to get things done. Confidence grows with each small win. That's when you start to see real, lasting change in your life. The power of small changes lies in their ability to create a sustainable path to improvement. Before you go about changing your entire life, let's get focused. Ask yourself, what area of your life needs a little love right now? Is it your health, your relationships, your career? Pick one. Don't try to do it all at once. Get a journal or use your phone, whatever works for you. Write down that one area you want to focus on. Now write down one small change you can make in that area. If it's your health, maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water each day. If it's your relationships, maybe it's sending a quick good morning text to someone you care about. The key is to make it doable, something you can stick with. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Let's talk about the power of routine, the magic of rituals. Think about it. What do your mornings look like? Are you hitting the snooze button 5 times, scrambling to get ready, and rushing out the door? Or do you have a morning routine that sets you up for success, something that makes you feel grounded, energized, and ready to take on the day? Even having just 10 minutes of dedicated me time before the chaos starts can make a world of difference. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe it's a quick stretch, a few minutes of meditation, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee in peace. When you establish a morning ritual and stick to it, you're building discipline. And that discipline will spill over into every other area of your life. Let's talk about resistance, because we all face it at some point. It's that feeling of hesitation, that inner voice telling you to stay put, to stay comfortable, to stay small. You set a goal, you're excited, and then bam. Resistance hits you like a ton of bricks. Suddenly you're flooded with excuses. It's too hard, I'm too tired, I'll start tomorrow. But here's the thing about resistance. It's a liar. It thrives on fear and self-doubt, and it will do everything in its power to keep you stuck. So how do we overcome it? We call it out for what it is and break those goals down into bite-sized pieces. Instead of saying, I'm going to work out for an hour today, start with 5 minutes, because once you start, the resistance starts to lose its grip. Let's talk about celebrating those wins, big and small. When you're working towards a goal, it's easy to get caught up in the end result and forget to acknowledge how far you've come. Every step you take, no matter how small, deserves to be celebrated. Did you drink that extra glass of water today? High five. Did you resist hitting the snooze button? You're a rock star. Acknowledge those wins, no matter how insignificant they may seem. When you celebrate your progress, you're rewiring your brain for success. You're creating a positive feedback loop. So, how do you celebrate? It doesn't have to be big or fancy. Make it meaningful to you. Celebrating your wins fuels your motivation to keep going. Let's talk about habits, the building blocks of a truly transformed life. Habits are the small, consistent actions we take every day that shape our future. They are the foundation upon which we build our goals and dreams. Change isn't about willpower or motivation. It's about creating an environment that makes it easier to do the things you want to do. When you rely solely on willpower, you set yourself up for failure because willpower is a finite resource. It's about creating systems that support the life you want to live. Systems are the structures and routines that make it easier to stick to your habits. They remove the friction and make the desired behavior the path of least resistance. Think about it, you don't have to motivate yourself to brush your teeth every day, right? You just do it. It's a habit. This is because you have a system in place that makes it automatic, and you can create habits in any area of your life. Whether it's your health, your relationships, or your personal growth, habits can help you make consistent progress. You can create habits that support your health, your relationships, your mental well-being, and your overall happiness, your finances, your career. Consistency is key. The more consistent you are, the more ingrained the habit becomes, and the less effort it takes to maintain it. Choose one small habit you want to build and commit to doing it every single day. Start small and gradually build up. The key is to make it so easy that you can't say no. Maybe it's going for a 20-minute walk, meditating for 5 minutes, or reading for 10 minutes before bed. These small actions can have a big impact over time, or reading for 10 minutes before bed. The important thing is to make it a regular part of your routine. Make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Treat it like brushing your teeth, something you do without even thinking about it. Stack your new habit with an existing one. This technique, known as habit stacking, leverages the power of your current routines to create new ones. For example, if you always brush your teeth before bed, start flossing right after. By linking the new habit to an established one, you make it easier to remember and stick to. Building lasting habits takes time and effort. It's a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when you're tired, stressed, or just not in the mood. But the more consistent you are, the more you push through those tough days, the easier it will become. Over time, these small, consistent actions will lead to significant changes and a transformed life. One of the most incredible things about what I do is witnessing the transformations of people just like you. It's truly awe-inspiring to see how individuals can turn their lives around with determination and perseverance. These stories are not just about achieving goals, they are about the journey, the struggles, and the triumphs that come along the way. I've seen people overcome incredible odds and achieve things they never thought possible, all by taking those small, consistent steps. It's these small steps that build momentum and lead to significant changes over time. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. I've seen people lose hundreds of pounds, pay off mountains of debt, and completely transform their relationships. Take Sarah, for example. Her story is a testament to the power of persistence and the impact of making small, sustainable changes. She was struggling with her weight for years, trying every diet and exercise program out there. Nothing seemed to work, and she felt defeated. But Sarah didn't give up. She knew there had to be a way to make a lasting change. But then, she decided to make one small change. She started walking for 10 minutes every day. It seemed like a tiny step, but it was a step in the right direction. Those 10 minutes became her daily ritual, a time for herself to reflect and recharge. Those 10 minutes turned into 20, then 30, and eventually, she was running marathons. Her journey from walking to running marathons is a powerful reminder that consistency and patience can lead to extraordinary results. Or, how about John, who was buried under a mountain of credit card debt? He felt hopeless, trapped. The weight of his financial burdens was overwhelming, and he didn't know where to start. But then, he decided to start small. He set a modest goal for himself, something achievable that he could stick to. This small step was the beginning of his journey to financial freedom. He started by putting just $5 a day towards his debt. It didn't seem like much, but it was a manageable amount that he could commit to. This small daily action gave him a sense of control and progress. It didn't seem like much, but over time, it added up. Each dollar brought him closer to his goal, and with each passing day, his confidence grew. Eventually, John was able to pay off his debt and regain his financial stability. These stories are proof that big changes don't happen overnight. They are the result of consistent effort and the willingness to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's about embracing the journey and celebrating the small victories along the way. They happen one small step, one tiny habit, one courageous decision at a time. Each of these actions, no matter how insignificant they may seem, contributes to the larger picture of transformation. And if they can do it, you can too. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. So take that step today, and start your own story of transformation. When it comes to making changes in our lives, it's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs and the doubts. We tell ourselves we're not ready, not good enough, or that it's just not the right time. But there will never be a perfect time to start. Life will always throw curveballs your way. What if today is the day you decide to stop waiting and start living? What if today is the day you choose to take control? So what's one small step you can take today to move closer to your goals? Write it down, set a reminder, and take action. This is your life, and you have the power to make it extraordinary. Take a moment and imagine yourself a year from now. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Now ask yourself, what choices can you make today that will lead you to that future? The future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we create, one decision, one action, one step at a time, and it all starts right now, in this very moment. Let's commit to making small, consistent changes that will transform our lives. You've made it to the end of this video for a reason. Something in your gut is telling you it's time for a change. You're tired of playing small. You're ready to step into your power and create a life you truly love. That feeling, that fire in your belly, that's not an accident. That's your inner voice, your intuition, guiding you toward your best life. Don't ignore it. Embrace it, because that voice is your superpower. So, what are you waiting for? Take that first step, no matter how small. Remember, you don't have to have it all figured out to get started. Just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and trust that the path will unfold before you. You've got this.